So let's start by identifying the rate of change in the initial value. So in your head, I want you to think about where can you find the rate of change in this equation. Okay? Where can you find the rate of change in this equation? In your head, you're thinking about it. You should be thinking of a number. All right, Landon, what is our rate of change for this problem? Positive 2. Where can I always find my rate of change? Next to the x. But I want us to even be more specific now that we've been talking about it, not just next to the x, but what is it actually doing to the x? It is multiplying by the x. So my rate of change is 2, and my initial value then is what? Negative 4. Okay? Negative 4. What's another name for my initial value? Y-intercept, not the slope. Slope is the rate of change. Okay? All right, so we have our slope of 2 and our initial value of negative 4. Okay? Our initial value is always the number that gets added on or subtracted to the whole equation. It's plain, right? It doesn't have any variables attached to it. So because our focus this unit is on graphing and not filling in tables, I'm going to graph the equation first. And you're going to see why it's a little bit easier to do that. Okay, so my y-intercept is negative 4. And that means I start with that value. So where is that going to go on the graph? Show me with your arm. Where is it going to go? Is it going to go on this axis or this axis? This axis or this one? Negative 4. Where is it going to go? Very good. On the y-axis. So I'm going to go down to negative 4 and plot my y-intercept at negative 4. Okay? So there's my first point. And now we're going to change. Okay? Our rate of change is going to help us move and plot our other point. Okay? If my rate of change is 2, yesterday we talked about different ways, different methods of writing the slope of positive 2. What is one way that I can write that? What is one way that I can write the slope of positive 2? 2 over 1 or negative 2 over negative 1. What do y'all think about that? Is it true? Okay, what kind of value did I give you to begin with? A positive value. What kind of value is 2 over 1? Also positive. And what kind of value is negative 2 divided by negative 1? Also positive. So do these all equal positive 2? Yes, they do. All right, so we're going to let's try this one as our slope. Okay, so we started at negative 4. And what does this negative 2 tell me I'm going to do? I'm going to go down 2. Okay, remember we go up or down first. That's what the top value represents. So I'm going to go down 2. Notice that from negative 4 down to the next square is a jump of how much? 2. So I really only have to go down 1 square, even though I'm wanting to move down 2 values, right? So I move down 2, and what does this negative 1 in the denominator say? Go to the left, because I want it to be negative x's. If we were to go right, that would be what kind of x's? Positive. We want to go negative x's. So we're going to go down 2, over to the left, 1. Okay? So that plots this point right here. Notice that the x values are changing by how much? 1. So I can go down 1 square, over 1 square, and it represents negative 2 over negative 1. Okay? Now I have my 2 points. Now I'm going to plot my line. Okay, is that enough? No. What did you think I want you to do? What have I said before?
All the way down.
All the way through the graph. And I want you to draw arrows on the end to tell me, what do the arrows on the end mean? It keeps going even though the graph technically stops right there. The line continues on. Okay? All right, so we've got the rate of change initial value identified and the graph drawn. So now let's fill in the table. Okay? So, starting with this first point, x is -2. What do you think I should do to figure out what that y value is? Okay, we need to go back to our graph. And where am I going to go on the graph? I need to go... Okay, how did you get to the -6? Yes, but I'm looking for an x value of -2. So where am I going to look on my graph? We go over to -2 on the x values, and then what do I do? Go down to where? Why -8? Because what? That's where they intersect. That's where -2, the x value of -2, is on our line. So at what point is the x value -2 on our line? -8. That's what that's saying. At -2, the y value -8 is on our line. Okay? Another question that I've answered a lot this week, there's been some confusion, that a lot of students that have asked me, Mrs. Barr, do you want me to graph the equation or do you want me to graph the table? Yeah. What do you think what do you think the answer to that is? Both? Why both? They're the exact same. Okay? Remember the day when we talked about how I had a boy describe my outfit and I had a girl describe my outfit? You remember that?
Yeah.
I had purple pants on and a white flowy shirt. It was a white wavy shirt, and I had sandals on. Remember that? Okay. Did my outfit change?
Yes, now you were.
Well, okay, yes. Did my outfit change from person to person? No. Did their description change? Yes. So it was the same information, just a different description, right? Same information from equation to table, different representation, different description, right? Does the equation look different than the table? Yeah, it looks really different. This looks totally different than a table, but is it the same information? Yes. What about from equation to graph? Do they look any different? Do they look any different? Does the equation look different than the graph? Yes, very different. One has a bunch of lines on it. This one just looks like a sentence. Okay? They're very different, but they have the same information. So that's why we're using our graph to figure out our table, because it's all the same information. All right. Now, let's look at a y value of -6. So what am I going to look at now? Am I going to go across the x-axis now? No, I'm going to go across the y-axis down to -6. I'm going to go over and see where it hits the line. Where does it hit the line? What x value? -1. Okay? All right, then what about our -4 value? What value is that? Why is it, how do you know it's 0, Ricky? It's on the y-axis. It's our initial value, so it has to have an x value of 0. Very good. All right, then we're going to do 1 and 3. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the x value of 1. I go down here on the line, which is a y value of -2. And then +3 as an x value lands where on the line? Y value of 2. Okay?